The 2023-2024 hunting season. Something that I wasn't sure was going to actually happen. It seems like the last few years things have been, I don't want to use the word touch and go, but there's been times to where I wasn't sure that the hunting lease would continue. The property now is somewhere in the nature of 650 to 700 acres. This video is for just everybody, but mostly techs, because last week or so I was talking to him about changing up some of my archery tackle, because I had about shot out my crossbow that I had previously been using. Probably between hog and deer, that weapon's probably taken about 20 animals between everything. So, not counting raccoons. Last year I killed 7 raccoons, but it's sort of like when Billy the Kid's like, I killed 45 men, not counting Indians and Mexicans. like I've killed 20 creatures, not counting raccoons and armadillos. So I mentioned going back to archery. Now, open letter to all y'all. Tex Grebner is very, very, very into archery. Like, the man is an absolute expert traditional archer. Put his 10,000 hours in. Some of you may not know that. So naturally he puts his heart and soul into telling me all this advice, and I appreciated it. I truly do. And then we got to the point of how much it's going to cost and the amount of time that it would take. And I had mentioned before going into it, because I don't have a muzzle loader right now, which the hunting season is broken up into 3 phases. You have archery, muzzle loading, and then general gun. Then there's turkey season and squirrel, but that's neither here nor there at this point. Now, with my hunting, my primary goal is to put venison in my freezer. And then my secondary goal is to have the people in my hunting club put venison in their freezer. And then the tertiary goal is to enjoy the shooting process. And maybe even ahead of the tertiary goal, I enjoy blood tracking, whether it's for my own or others. I enjoy tracking also. It's one of my favorite things to do about hunting outside of game travel strategy, land, and feed source management. But so I'm president of this hunting club, responsible for these 650 acres. The lease this year comes to over $6,000 to pay it up. Luckily, we got group participation is early and locked in early this year. But all these things are on my mind. All of these things are issues that I have to balance. Also, club member concerns, making sure they're not turning into salty dogs, which we had one member. He would have been coming up on his 3rd year, and he was going through this phase. There's phases of hunting, I've noticed. First year, when you begin hunting as a grown-up versus when you're raised in it. First year, you don't really know what to make of it. You're just happy to be out there. Second year, down here, because we have artificial food sources and everything, you almost go through a phase of aggravation. Like, why aren't the critters coming to my corn? How come everybody else is getting something but I'm not getting anything? And it's an aggravating thing. And hunting for some is an escape. It's an enjoyable outlet. It's an enjoyable hobby. And because you're feeling that aggravation, it doesn't fulfill that hobby role, if I'm making sense. It's a little different for me. I hunted younger, not with my dad, but my friends and their dads. We were able to go out a few times, and I'm lucky enough that it got into my bones early. Now, getting into it whole hog, I would say, was something that I for sure got involved as an adult. But luckily, my hunting mentor, who's still in the club, he's the other person in there that's a club founder, really eased me through those transitions, was able to show me what I needed to be doing different. But to make a long story short, as much as I'd like to go back to a bow over a crossbow, it's not going to be happening this year, because I need that muzzle loader, 50 caliber, stainless. And reason being, in order to really go for the prize, you want to take the pressure off of having that, getting over that meat crisis. So if I don't capitalize through archery season, I found myself using and carrying my bow on through muzzle loading. Now, some say that crossbows have the same power as a muzzle loader. That's not the case with my crossbow. There are some 10-point brand, but mine shoots 360 feet per second. I just got to figure it out and repair it as best I can, and get that muzzle loader. That way, if that week in October comes along and I don't have anything yet, I'm ready, because I've had paunched shots in muzzleload season that I've made with my crossbow. Also, one of our hunting locations is unfortunately very close to the land border, so it's not a good archery shot. It's a much better gun kill. So there we go. But these are fun things. Got a new member of the club, so there's excitement. The second newest member, he had a real good year last year, and we have my other guy, and then one more guy carrying on for at least one more year. He's been pretty busy with work. He does his job has him travel a lot, so he's not able to get in the woods as much as he'd like to. But I will. I'm going to try to do a better job this year, showing you guys a little more, and we'll see how that goes. Any questions or things you'd like to see, leave a comment. And if you make a video response, go ahead and let me know. My feed's been a little bit funny, and I've changed some things around, so let me know. Catch y'all later.